Hi guys! Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now, I'm going to review the movie, but wait a minute. Before I start reviewing the movie, I would like to introduce myself first. My name is Dela Yuniar. My student number is 1901055072. I'm from UHAMKA University taking English Education Department. Now, I'm going to review a movie that is quite old. Although this movie is old, but I'm sure this movie is very good and interesting. Many things can motivate us after watching this movie. The movie's title is The Pursuit of Happiness. The Pursuit of Happiness, a drama biographical film inspired by a true story, and the screenplay is based on Chris Gardner's book, The Pursuit of Happiness. The Pursuit of Happiness is set in San Francisco, California in 1981. This story is inspired by the true story of Chris Gardner, a stockbroker who used to be a salesman. Now, Chris Gardner, played by actor Will Smith, who is the main character in the movie, a person who has an extraordinary personality, someone who is responsible, never gives up, upholds honesty, hardworking, compassionate. He is an optimistic person about something that he will be able to live it. The next character is Linda, uh, played by Tandy Newton as Chris Gardner's wife. Linda has a very selfish personality, unfaithful to her partner. And then Christopher, played by Jaden Smith as the son of husband and wife Chris Gardner and Linda. Christopher has a very kind, smart, and devoted personality. Next, the character I like the most is the main character, Chris Gardner. Why? Because he is very inspiring, rises from failure and never gives up. And then the character I don't like the most is Linda because when Chris Gardner fails, she prefers to live as a wife should accompany her husband if her husband experiences failure and difficulties. Early in the movie, Chris is a salesman who spends his entire family's saving on buying a franchise to sell a portable bond and CT scanner. The scanner is indeed capable of producing better images than X-rays, but most of the doctors Chris Smith thought that they were too expensive. Linda, his wife, works as a laborer in a laundry. Chris Gardner is trying to sell scan tools from one hospital to another. He has a target to sell at least 2 scans per month to be able to meet his needs. The small family begins to split when they realize that they cannot afford the rent and the bills are filling up. So that makes Linda leave Chris and go to New York City. In the middle of story, after his wife left, Chris' life became more chaotic. He was kicked out of the apartment, and even his only car was stuck because he couldn't pay for parking. In a state of despair, Chris accidentally met someone who was carrying a red Ferrari. Chris asked the man what kind of work did he do to buy a luxury car. The person replied that he was a stockbroker. Since then, Chris decided to have a career as a stockbroker. Chris accepted an offer of an unpaid internship at a brokerage firm, then Mr. Reynolds, that promises the best intern jobs. During his unpaid internship, Chris began to run out of money. Eventually, he was evicted from his rented house and became homeless. For several days, he slept in public places, starting with public toilet, but then he decided to sleep at the Glide Memorial Card Shelters. Due to limited space, they had to quit to get a room. Sometimes they succeed, sometimes they fail and are forced to sleep outside. This poverty and homelessness further fuel Chris' determination to work hard and land a job at then Victor Reynolds. And the end of the story, Chris' property is what motivates him to become the best intern at the company. Chris didn't just give up. At the end of the story, Chris managed to become the best intern and become an employee there. His tenacity to try has yielded extraordinary results. A few years later, Chris managed to set up his own stockbroking company called Gardner Rich. At that time, he dared to sell some of his shares and get millions of dollars from the sale. This is what ultimately makes Chris really successful. Next, the part I liked the most was the middle of the movie because I was impressed with Chris' struggle to make all effort to overcome the thing he did to improve the quality of his life. Be a humble person, always asking is the next lesson I get. How can he find as many relations as possible? Always say thank you for something he gets, even if it's small. He also does not hesitate to apologize when he feels guilty toward anyone to improve his reputation. And then the part I didn't like was the early part of the movie because when Chris Gardner failed, his wife chose to leave him. The lesson I can take from this movie, because this movie I think really touches my heart. In addition, it also has inspiring values that can motivate. The under any circumstances, family and even financial is not a reason for us to stop achieving what we want and aspire to. The pursuit of happiness spreads the message of never giving up. Fact and neatly through a true story, this movie managed to convey that we must be willing to do whatever it takes to realize our dreams and aspirations. Because of the challenges and difficulties encountered along the way. It can only be overcome by taking action and persevering in achieving goals. And then I will recommend this movie to those closest to me because I think this movie is very good and inspiring. I'm sure she must also like and be interested with this movie. Chris teaches us to look for happiness even though it's small, keep running to achieve happiness for what he dreams of. According to Chris, in a slum state, there is still a happiness that he can pursue. He is also very harmonious forward his son because harmony is what we make himself. Chris said in building his reputation, what he did was not to tell other people about his problem in his life, still looking fine and try to find solution to himself. See himself. Chris is a person who is persistent, intelligent, and has a high willingness to learn. So that is it, guys. You will definitely be interested in seeing Chris Gardner's struggle in this movie. This movie is really good, and in my opinion, I think this is enough for me to review this movie. Thank you for your attention. I hope you enjoy it. Don't forget like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys. See you. Bye bye.